There was a king who ruled over Judea during the time of Christ's birth. Though powerful, he was incredibly cruel and fearful. He would not hesitate to kill anyone who he perceived as a threat to his position. Today we will talk about the brutal King Herod from the Bible. About King Herod. King Herod is a prominent figure in history and is also mentioned in the Gospel of Matthew in the Bible. He was the ruler of Judea, under the protection of the Roman Empire. His reign was known for the many grand buildings he constructed, but at the same time, he was more notorious for his cruelty, paranoia, and his obsessive desire for political power. The birth of Christ and Herod's fear. When Jesus was born, 3 wise men from the east followed a star and arrived in Jerusalem. They asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews?" When King Herod heard this, he was deeply disturbed, and all of Jerusalem with him. Herod feared that the birth of a new king would threaten his authority. So he secretly called the wise men and questioned them in detail about when the star had appeared. Then he cunningly told them to go to Bethlehem, to search for the child, and to report back to him, so that he could also go and worship him. The slaughter of the innocents. After worshiping Jesus, the wise men were warned in a dream not to return to Herod, so they went back to their country by another route. When Herod realized the wise men had not returned, he became furious. His fear and pride led him to issue a horrific command. King Herod commanded his soldiers to go and kill all the male children who were 2 years old and under in Bethlehem and the surrounding villages. This was a brutal event where innocent children lost their lives at the hands of a king obsessed with power. The end of Herod. The story of King Herod ends here. Not long after he issued his decree, he died from a terrible illness. According to historians, he died in great agony. His death can be seen as a punishment for the cruel acts he committed throughout his life. Lessons and legacy. We can learn important lessons from the story of King Herod. The danger of obsession with power. Herod was so obsessed with power and so fearful of losing it that he did not hesitate to kill anyone. Pride and punishment. His pride was so great that he wanted to destroy even the Son of God. But in the end, his cruelty led to his swift demise. God's plan. Herod's attempts could never stop God's plan. Although he tried to destroy Jesus, God warned the family in a dream to flee to Egypt, so Jesus' life was spared. Herod's story is that of one of the most evil characters in the Bible, showing how terrible human pride and the obsession with power can be. If you'd like to learn more about the history of prominent figures from the Bible, please subscribe to this channel.